Hello everyone and welcome to our video lesson, and this is our 6th video lesson. Today's topic is about sound. So references, textbook pages 111 until 114, workbook pages 73 until 77, and worksheet pages 23 until 25. We always start our lesson with revision. So last time we talked about natural forces. Natural forces are forces in nature that make things move. And we talk about 3 natural forces. What are those natural forces? Number 1, wind. Number 2, gravity. And number 3, moving water. We also talked about the frightening forces last time. So frightening forces are forces in nature that cause distractions, like tsunamis, hurricanes, and tornadoes. Let's continue with our revision. So I want you to identify the natural forces that causes these movements. First, so what natural force caused the movement of a pinwheel? Okay, wind. How about when things are falling down? By gravity. Yes. And how about this one? What frightening force is this? Yes, this is tsunami. So that is caused by water. Okay, well done, boys and girls. Since everything is clear now about forces, we will talk about sounds this time. So while you are listening to me, I want you to close your eyes and listen to what you hear. That is what? Okay, telephone ringing. Okay, and dog barking. Very good. So, the first question that we will find answer to that is, how can we hear sounds? If you remember in our topic in the first semester about the senses, okay, recall what sense organs we use to hear sounds. Our ears. Very good. So when sounds enter our ears, messages are sent to our brain, and our brain helps us understand what is happening around us. So this is how we hear sound.
The ear is a complex organ that lets us hear. But how does it work? Well, first, sound enters the ear, causing the eardrum to vibrate.
This is vibration.
That vibrates 3 ear bones.
Vibrations
in the middle ear.
means the movement, the back and forth
takes
movement.
the vibrations and converts them into electrical impulses. These impulses go up the auditory nerve to the brain, and as a result, we can hear.
Okay, so once again, how do we hear sounds? We hear sounds when sounds enter our ears, messages are sent to our brain helps us to make sense of that sound. So the next question that we need to find answer is, what are the things that make sounds? Okay, that is what? Bird. And this? These are what? What kind of things are they? Yes, living things make sounds. What else makes sounds? Listen. What is that sound? Sound from guitar. And how about this sound? Okay, so this sound comes from a piano. A guitar and piano are what kind of things? Yes, they are non-living things. So non-living things make sounds too. So this time, the next question that we need to find answer, what is sound and where do sounds come from? Understand carefully what is going on here.
And they come from sound sources. A sound source is anything that makes sound. Sound is a type of energy. Therefore, anything that makes sound is also using energy. If it's not using energy, it's not making sound. For example, this fan. Right now it's off. It's not using any energy. If we listen to it, it doesn't make any sound. If I turn it on and it starts using energy, then we should be able to hear it.
So the fan now is on.
Energy, we can hear it making sound.
So first point, sound is energy.
Like this refrigerator. If you listen, you can hear it humming. Some sounds are loud. Some sounds are really quiet. Sources of sound are everywhere. In our house, streets, around town, even in the sky. Now let's see if you can identify these common sounds from around the house and the neighborhood. What are some of the things that we've learned today?
I learned that sound is energy, and it comes from sound sources. Sound sources are all around us all the time.
Okay, so remember that sound is a form of energy that comes from sound sources. And what is sound source? Sound source is anything where sound comes from, or that is where sound comes from. Anything that produces sound, that is what we call sound source. Sound is energy that comes from sound source. So this time, I want you to try this. Close your eyes and guess what is the sound source of these sounds. Guess what is the sound source? How about this one? You have an answer now, right? Check it. Oh, that's a rain. Okay, this one. Did you guess it right? Yes, okay. And how about this one? We often hear this one so early in the morning. Yes. And how about that sound? Did you get it correct? Of course, all of you will guess it right. A crying baby. How about the last one? Okay, now I know you understand what is sound and what are sources of sound. So this time, if you're doing your homework, workbook page 77, so instead of asking somebody to make the sounds, I prepared here the sounds. All you have to do is to look at your book and then try to number 1 to 8 in order of the sound that I will play and the sound that you will hear. So this is number 1. Number 2. Okay, number 3. Okay, number 4. Okay, number 5. Number 6. What sound is that? Number 7. And last. Okay, so while answering your workbook, page 77, you can play this over again. So we are about to end. Remember the following points about sound. So sound is a form of energy that comes from sound sources. We hear sound when it enters our ears. What makes sounds? Living things make sounds. Non-living things make sounds too. And sound source is anything where sound comes from. Okay, so that ends our lesson video. So bye for now. I will see you again in our next video lesson. Keep safe.